Every entrepreneur will be judged by this one thing, and that's your ability to develop other leaders. Patrick has said, you know why I know Valuetainment is going to be a $500 billion company? Because we have the formula to developing leaders. So today in this video, I'm going to give you 5 points on how you can develop yourself and others into better leaders. Number 1, you have to have moral authority. What do I mean by that? Let me give you an example of moral authority if you have a sales team. Let's say you have a sales team and a sales leader. The only way those salespeople are going to follow and respect the sales leader is if he has moral authority. And how he gains moral authority is results. He's been a salesperson, he's led on the leaderboard, he's produced, he has the results to back up his current position. And so he's earned his right to lead the team. Because without moral authority and without the salespeople knowing that he can produce, he has the results, they're not going to follow him. So it's important for leaders within your company to have moral authority, to have results, to have earned their position. Number 2, you have to be relatable. If you're a leader, we like to say here that you are close enough to relate, but far enough to lead. And so how do you become relatable? You have to be vulnerable with your people. And now there's variations when it comes to vulnerability. You want to share enough where they know you, they know a little bit about you, they know some of your failures, they know some of the hardships, because that's how people are able to relate. You can't be a leader that is picture perfect or that they have no faults, because people don't connect that. But when it comes to being vulnerable with your people, not everyone deserves to know everything about you. There are things that the people within your company shouldn't know about you as a leader. But while they shouldn't know everything, they need to know some things that make you seem not perfect, that make them feel that they can connect to you on a level outside of just the leadership position. So close enough to relate, but far enough to lead. Because you don't want to become too friendly with the people you work for where they lose respect for you. Patrick shared a story that in his past he had a leader that he respected a lot. But as they would go out with the team and they would do more together, there was a few times where his leader would get intoxicated, where he actually had to carry him out of the bar and assist him with leaving wherever it is that they were. Over time, he lost the respect for him. So when you're close enough, when you become too close with the people you work for, that level of respect can go down. So you want to make sure that you're still far enough where they respect you and see you as a leader. But again, close enough where they're relatable and they feel that there's a genuine relationship between the two of you. So you have moral authority, you have relatability, and number 3, you have clear standards and expectations. It's important for the people on your team to know what kind of standards you uphold. And if you have standards, you have to also live up to those standards as a leader. So if you're expecting people to come in early and stay late, leaders lead from the front. You have to be willing to come in early, to stay late, to put in the hours on the weekends. When it comes to expectations, what are your expectations of them? And do they know that? Do you communicate them clearly? Do they know what is expected of them, whether it be from conversations, whether it be from a point of promotions? Like let's say you have promotions within the company. Are there clear guidelines on how they can achieve those promotions? Because that's important. If people want to grow within the company, they also eventually want to become leaders within the company. They have to know how to get there. And so having clear standards and expectation as a leader allows for those within your company to know what is expected of them, to let them know what standards should be upheld. And also as new people come up to the team, if you have those clear standards and expectations, it's easy to keep that consistent even as the team grows, because everyone's bought in and it's very clear on what is expected of them. And number 4 is duplication. As a leader, and I'm sure you guys, for those of you who are CEOs and founders, you've heard all of your life, hey, if you could only find another one of you, And people feel that when someone's talking about duplication, that it means they have to find someone just like them. The thing is, we're all unique. You're not gonna find someone just like you. So when it comes to duplication, Patrick's philosophy behind that is not finding someone who's just like you. It's making systems and processes that are so simple, they're easily duplicatable. And so that starts with what it is that you do as a leader, being able to delegate tasks to other people, and having clear trainings, clear systems, and clear processes that as people come within the company or you're looking to build them within the company, there are a formula, there are systems that they can follow with, and if they follow those systems, the results are going to come. And one of the ways that you do that through duplication is micromanaging until there's trust. Because you don't want to delegate everything right away. You have to make sure that those who you're delegating to will come through with the task, and they'll complete it, and they'll do it in a way that's efficient enough that you can then give them more responsibility. So micromanage until there's trust. You give them a task and you're micromanaging them at first. You're checking in very often. And then once they complete that task and they do it in a way that is to your standard, you can back off a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna give them another task. I'm gonna give them another task. Now you keep checking in on them, but you do less and less and less to the point where there's full trust. And then there's still, you're always following up and you're always checking in, but it's not as much micromanaged as it was from the beginning. So when it comes to duplication, it's not duplicating yourself or trying to find someone just like you. It's creating the foundation, the systems, the processes, and building that trust that people can follow that formula and they will breed the results. And number 5, and if I have to say, this is one of the most important things that a leader can develop, and what makes leaders stand out from one another, and why history remembers leaders that have this capability, and that's the ability to, and the skill set of communicating dream language. When you think of all the great leaders of the past, what were they able to do? They cast the vision, they had a dream. You think Martin Luther King, I have a dream. You think JFK, you think Winston Churchill. You see the way Steve Jobs has spoken. All these people have the ability to communicate the dream. And when you're able to do that, people follow, because people like to follow those who have a clear vision of where they want to go. And within that, they can see their dreams and their aspirations fit within the dream of the leader. I can share that from experience working here for Patrick Bet-David here at Valuetainment. Before coming here, I followed Patrick for many years, and I was always a dreamer. I always knew I was going to do something big with my life, and I was thinking, okay, I'm going to start my own business. I'll figure it out. And then I found out that Valuetainment was an actual organization that I could work for, and I was like, okay, I'm going to go work for Patrick Bet-David. And as soon as I got here, I was already bought in. I loved Patrick. Hearing him and the vision he had for Valuetainment, I was like, okay, everything that I wanted to achieve and that I was going to work for myself on my own, I can see all the possibilities and opportunities here at Valuetainment. And so someone like me who was willing to take the risks and try and build something on my own saw the opportunities and the potential here to build within Valuetainment. And so when you're a leader and you're able to cast the vision, the dream of the company, and allow your people to see their dreams and aspirations within the company's dream, you'll attract doers. You'll attract people who also want to grow. They also want to put their time and energy into developing and moving the company forward, knowing that everything that they wanted to achieve is possible within your organization. If there's one thing when people ask me, what is it that you like about Valuetainment? Now there's many things, but for someone like me who wants to continue growing, developing, if I could say one thing about Valuetainment, it's that If you could be anywhere where you feel that you could reach your full potential, I believe that's possible here at Valuetainment because of leaders like Patrick Bet-David and the other leaders that he develops within the company. And so when it comes to being an entrepreneur, and if you want exponential growth within your company, you have to not only be a leader yourself, you have to have the ability to develop other leaders. Because through leadership development is how your company will have exponential growth. And so if you're a leader who's looking to develop yourself as a leader, as Patrick would say, train the trainers, and also looking for the formula to develop other leaders within your organization, let me know, click the link below, or we could schedule a call, and I would love to learn more about you, your businesses, how you're looking to develop as a leader, and what we're doing here within Bet-David Consulting, working with other CEOs, founders, entrepreneurs from all different industries from all across the globe, developing them into leaders and allowing or providing the formulas for exponential growth within their companies.